The green movement, in my opinion, is really talking about sustainability and how you can really make the planet a better place, how you can decrease your imprint on the planet itself. The pond was created through a sustainability grant from the Arizona Science Foundation. The motivation, really, other than the money from the grant, was to create a place on campus where students could observe a riparian habitat. A riparian habitat is a place where next to water, and most of us living in the desert don't get to see that. So we wanted to have somewhere where students could come and observe nature. Myself and Ms. Suhaki, once we found out that we got the grant, this idea sort of came up. It was something that we had always thought about doing, having a place for students to come, but never the funds to really be able to do it. So. Most of the stuff that is seen at the pond is native to Arizona. So we brought in plants and things from nurseries. We brought in rocks. We do have a liner around the bottom of the pond. So there is a plastic liner there. But other than that, that's about it as far as materials go to create it. It helps to bring native animals and some non-native ones, because that was just a lovebird that you heard. There it is again. It helps to create a water source for birds and other animals to come to, so it allows them to have a better environment. The green movement really has to do with sustainability. And if we can't sustain things, then the planet's going to not be here for us to use, which would be bad. So it's essential to know how that all works and what you can do, what little things that you can do to make the planet a better place. I think it allows people to see what nature really can look like and how easy it is to do something fairly simple in a backyard or in an area to make it more accessible to the native animals, and to then have native plants as well to help with, insects and that sort of stuff. There are a couple of things that it does. It brings in native plants. All of the plants that have been planted around the pond are native to Arizona. And it also helps to have a continual water source for mainly the birds that are around. And so we've seen more quail on campus than we have had before. We've seen more, all different kinds of birds that are helped because of the continual water source, so it allows them to be more successful. There were students involved. It was our biology classes, the year that we put it in, which was 4 years ago, I think. And also my AP biology classes helped with it as well. We had outside contractors that came in. There was a company that specializes in creating sustainable ponds on school campuses and in people's homes and at businesses and things. And so they came in once we had the general design. They came in and told us what would work and what wouldn't work and helped us actually put it in. It starts at the top and moves its way down. You can see how it kind of trickles over the rocks, and then there's a second pool, and then it trickles over rocks again, and then over at the end it goes down through the rocks there, and they act as a filter. And then there is actually another mechanical filter underneath it that it filters through to get everything out. Then there's a pump underneath that, and then there's a tube that pumps the water back up to the top. So it's a recirculating pond. There is more water in the pond than there was when we originally started, because we thought there would be more evaporation, but with the shade cover, there hasn't been as much evaporation as we thought. So with the rain and things, it's actually added more water to it than we originally had in it. The green components really are a couple of things. Again, the native species, because anytime you can make something native to an area and not bring in invasive or species that don't naturally occur there, you're making the environment better. And also because the water recycles, we don't have to add anything to it. It cleans itself. The amount of electricity that's used is negligible. It's pennies a day sort of thing. And there's algae in the pond for the fish to eat. There are fish in there. They are actually the only non-native elements of the pond. We have to have them because they are mosquito-eating fish. So they eat the mosquito larvae, so we don't have to worry about pests like mosquitoes. But they also then will eat the algae as well, and the algae provides protection for the babies. So it really is a self-sustaining ecosystem here.